You're listening to The Shortcut, the weekly news podcast from the Double Mountain Chronicle that gets straight to the point. We pack the biggest stories and need-to-know updates into a quick listen. No long-winded reports, no detours, just the news that matters, fast. Take the shortcut and stay in the loop without missing a beat. In this edition of The Shortcut, we cover the Aspermont City Council's decision to revisit its interlocal agreement with Stonewall County regarding the allocation of $30,000 for deputy salaries amid concerns about state funding and budget deficits. We'll delve into Fisher County's recent discussions on industrial developments, including a potential data center by iren and a renewable energy project by GGS Energy, highlighting the county's evolving stance on tax abatements. And finally, we report on a serious incident involving a Fisher County man indicted for attempted capital murder following a violent confrontation, shedding light on the ongoing legal proceedings and community impact. We'll also go over the sports scores from the first week of football season and upcoming games. And stay tuned as our editorial is back and dives into local government gambles from funding private daycare to playing checkers with battleship rules. Will our leaders sink or swim? Connect with our growing audience and advertise on The Shortcut. With promotional deals for first-time advertisers, give us a call or email publisher@dmchronicle for details. The Aspermont City Council recently revisited its interlocal agreement with Stonewall County concerning the city's $30,000 contribution towards deputy salaries. This review occurred as city council members were finalizing the city's annual budget, which faces a deficit in water and sewer operations. While the council is committed to honoring the original contribution, some members, including Councilwoman Marla McCoy, raised concerns about how the funds would be allocated given recent changes in state funding requirements. The state's $250,000 grant to the county, allocated through Senate Bill 22, prioritizes covering mandated sheriff and deputy salaries. McCoy noted that the city might not be directly contributing to salaries as initially intended, highlighting that the county had already used a significant portion of state grant funds to purchase vehicles. City officials, including Mayor Pro Tem Chris Lipham and Councilman Blake Fryer, emphasized the need for specific accountability measures to ensure the city's money is spent appropriately. The discussion revealed that the terms of the original 2021 agreement needed clarification, particularly regarding the duration of the city's financial commitment and the stipulations tied to hiring a second deputy. City Administrator Lorenzo Calamaco confirmed that the city's contributions would only be triggered when the county successfully hires a second deputy, a condition unmet for more than a year in the past. The council is considering revising the agreement to better reflect its intent and ensure transparency in fund allocation. Although the city has funds available for the contribution, the council opted to delay a final decision until closer to adopting the new fiscal budget, reflecting a cautious approach in light of ongoing budgetary concerns and the need for clear terms in intergovernmental cooperation. The Fisher County Commissioners met early last month to discuss various industrial enterprises and future tax abatements, although most votes were tabled for further discussion. The Commissioners did unanimously approve updated criteria for applying for tax abatements, including guidelines for eligibility and a reinvestment zone proposed for some projects. One of the key discussions involved the possible development of a data center by iren, a company known for its significant expansion plans in Texas, particularly in the next-generation data center and Bitcoin mining sectors. iren, formerly Iris Energy, highlighted Fisher County's appeal for its abundant clean energy sources and infrastructure that could support a data center operation. The company has already established a substantial presence in Childress County, with a 100-megawatt data center and another 250-megawatt data center under construction, employing over 40 full-time employees focusing on local hiring and contracting. iren also emphasized its commitment to community engagement by establishing a community grants program to support local initiatives. iren hopes to replicate its successful model from Childress County in Fisher County. In addition to iren's potential project, a new investment zone known as IS-245 was approved for a different renewable energy project, which could generate significant revenue for the county over the next few decades. Last year, commissioners discussed a proposal from GGS Energy, who later purchased the project from Indigo LLC. At the time, the company requested a 100% tax abatement paired with an annual payment in lieu of taxes to compensate for the rapid depreciation of wind and solar farms' taxable values. Although the initial proposal was rejected, the commissioners indicated a willingness to negotiate, and further discussions are expected in upcoming meetings. The Fisher County Grand Jury has indicted 23-year-old Kyler Covington from Roby on an attempted capital murder charge following a violent incident in July. Covington is accused of firing a shotgun at a family traveling on Highway 180 after they accidentally hit a dog near his residence. The confrontation escalated into a high-speed chase during which Covington fired multiple shots, injuring the driver and shattering the car's windows. The incident ended with Covington's arrest after a 2-hour standoff with police. Authorities reported that Covington was likely under the influence of alcohol during the event, but details remain unclear. In addition to the attempted capital murder charge, Covington faces multiple counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. If convicted, he could face up to life in prison. The Double Mountain Chronicle will continue to follow these and other cases as they unfold. In the first week of football season, the Aspermont Hornets kicked things off with a high-scoring win over the Blackwell Hornets, finishing 64-44. The Rotan Yellowhammers also secured a victory, defeating the Trent Gorillas 49-33. Meanwhile, the Roby Lions claimed a win against the Lorenzo Hornets with a final score of 50-33. Looking ahead, the Aspermont Hornets will travel tonight to face the Southland Eagles, with the junior high game starting at 5 p.m. and the varsity game at 7:30 p.m. The Rotan Yellowhammers are off this week, but they'll be back in action next Friday for their homecoming game against the Rule Bobcats. Finally, the Roby Lions are set to play the Motley County Matadors at home in Roby this evening. In this week's editorial, our editor Jeff Hurt admits he's sprinting to keep up with the endless stream of local government drama. Take Stonewall Hospital District's dilemma. Should taxpayer money expand to private daycare for hospital employees? It's a slippery slope, one that could either flourish or faceplant, depending on who you ask. Meanwhile, Fisher County is juggling the costly, hot mess of its jail with a boom in wind farms, potential data centers, and even a hydrogen fuel project. With all these chess moves being played on a game board of Battleship, let's hope our officials don't sink us all by mistaking their pawns for Parcheesi. You've been listening to The Shortcut. For the full stories from this episode and more, purchase this week's paper or subscribe at doublemountainchronicle.com. Special thanks to our publisher Trisha Hurt and editor Jeff Hurt for their weekly, tireless work to bring you the news. The Shortcut is edited and produced by Dylan Cullifer. Catch us next week, and remember, we keep it short so you can stay sharp.